Hey, shout out. First off, this is a Thanksgiving, man.
Yes.
We are having Thanksgiving, man. And we doing it like no other. So last night, unlike any other year, usually we traveling. Last night we went to go see Ariana Grande. She has the voice of an angel. And
She really does.
Hey, go catch her on tour. That's how we kicked off the Thanksgiving. Woo!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Scrammers, happy Thanksgiving. So this Thanksgiving was unlike any other Thanksgiving we've ever had. Typically, we hit these roads, we get out here in the car with the pups, and we head off to one of our families and we go visit and we eat with the fam. But this year,
So different.
it's different. We're having the first annual SCRAM Fam Solo Boy Thanksgiving. So the only thing you can do is hope that you get something from above.
Yeah.
Something. Today, our from above came from no other than Chrissy Teigen.
Yes.
Chrissy Teigen. She is the one who sprinkled down her love and gave us the recipes and the necessities to get today's thing done. So,
Thanks, Chrissy.
thank you, Chrissy Teigen.
Yes.
Thank you. If you didn't know, Chrissy launched a website. It's called Cravings by Chrissy. Cravings by Chrissy. It's a blog slash like recipe swap website type deal.
She has 2 books.
Maybe even 3. Anyways, she got some cookbooks out there. They do get off, and the website does have a ton of stuff. Good thing about
Like
the
no
website.
other kind of website.
Yeah, the website was really interactive. Like, we basically got to see Chrissy and John's little layout, or so the website says, right? So you see the layout, you can kind of pick what you like. So we picked some items off of there, and that was how we started our Thanksgiving recipe search. Now, if you know, well, you probably don't know, but we are not like some huge recipe every weekend whipping up something. So for us, it was truly like a basic start at ground zero. So when we got the recipes, we literally had to hit the store, grab a bunch of seasonings that we didn't have, like sage, rosemary, thyme. But what else? Like, it was a ground mustard. Like, it's,
yeah, I mean, we have the basics.
we have
Don't make
basics.
it seem like we don't have.
Listen, basics means you got Lowry's seasoned salt.
Yeah, we have all that.
That's all you got. You maybe got your garlic powder, you know, onion powder. Some things you already have.
Yeah.
But like them real like poultry seasoning, like we got into some really specific stuff, but that brought out the best in us.
Oh yeah.
Hey, show the plate first off. This is how we doing it. I'm gonna show y'all the plate. Hey, if y'all wanna go to battle on Plate Wars, Chrissy Teigen, you do not wanna battle with Chrissy, boy. Look at that plate.
Yeah.
All we did was copy it. I can't imagine what her plate's looking like.
And this is our first attempt, so
First
who
attempt
knows?
plate.
We could probably make it even better the more we make it.
I'll put our first attempt up against anybody's auntie's cooking. Ain't gonna lie to you.
That's pushing it, but
So last night after the concert, we realized we didn't have the Jiffy that we needed. So we had to hit a Walmart at midnight last night, which was basically midnight on Thanksgiving morning. We got exactly what you would deserve. We got what you would expect on a midnight on Thanksgiving at Walmart. Lines were crazy. Like, they were giving away something for free. People were buying everything last minute. We fit right in there. We looked like we were just
even
same
though we
people.
actually bought everything on Sunday,
Yeah.
so we've been ready, we've been prepared, and then last minute at the concert, Sherman was like,
Just keep. Did we get the Jiffy? Breathe in. And then we both went into panic. Mid concert, we both, is anybody open? Where do we get this Jiffy? Anyways, we got the Jiffy. We got these recipes. So let's break them down one by one. So the first thing we're gonna get into is, let's get into the non-Chrissy things. So,
Okay.
or should we?
yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the corn pudding. That's where we got the Jiffy.
Not corn pudding.
Or the
but
corn casserole. The corn casserole is typically super sweet. What we did to cool it down a little bit this time was you add a little bit of sour cream to it, which kind of like brings it a little bit, the sweetness levels down slightly.
Oh yeah.
So
Thank you, Jesus, for this food.
yeah, the corn casserole is something that gets off every time. Like, it's something that you should just throw in every meal.
That's the easiest thing to make out of all of this too.
It's literally just Jiffy, green corn, regular whole kernel corn, cream corn, Jiffy mix. Then it's basically like sour cream and
Sour cream?
yeah, the recipe's online, but
It's so easy.
it's simple. It's like 5 ingredients and you can get a So that's that. Now turn into the real thing. That Chrissy Teigen. Let's try these mashed potatoes. So Chrissy Teigen has a red mashed potatoes, basically like a smash mash. It's basically mashed potatoes using red potatoes, but you leave the skin on. Obviously, it's red potatoes, so there's a little more chunky, a little more texture to it. This recipe was very simple. Like, it was basically like just cook the potatoes like you would any red potatoes, and then mash them, and then that was it. You add the seasoning. The thing that Chrissy is really excelling at is the perfect seasoning combinations. Like, everything that was like basically in the ingredients, you didn't have to like do anything extra. Like, I thought like, oh, for sure I'm gonna have to add some salt or something crazy to it at the end because it's gonna need it. Like, every time we hit it, it was like, oh, this is perfect. Go ahead, don't even touch that. You see how these mashed potatoes look.
They're good.
And the gravy.
That is homemade.
It is homemade. You can put these crispy mashed potatoes up against anybody's. Like, it's fire. It's all, you know what I mean? Like, you make it all the way, smashing the potatoes and everything. And again, we've never made mashed potatoes like this before. So this is the first run, and it came out incredible. Next on the thing, we'll try these green beans. So the green beans, like, typically green beans are just green beans. But I like on the Chrissy recipe, basically, like, you kind of brewed up like some water with sugar and salt in it, and then you let the green beans really absorb that, and then you garnished it with almonds, and then you can put pepper and butter on the top to kind of give it that garnish. So get in these green beans. Typically green beans are something that people don't really look for on this Thanksgiving, or they're not like, oh, let me get the green beans, but let me try.
Most people do the easy green bean casserole. That's another easy. It's good because it's really like,
yeah, it gets sweet. Yeah. The key to these green beans, what sets them apart from other standard green beans, is that they have that sweetness to it. Because you make this like water, the sugar water that turns into, it reduces down into like a syrup, it gives it this really nice glaze. So it's like, it's super good. I'll put these green beans up against anybody. I'm not lying. If I'm lying, I'm lying. Like, I'm not going, listen, this video is not necessarily sponsored by Chris. Like, we just giving you a straight up. Like, straight up, I'll put these green beans up against anybody. Those mashed potatoes and that gravy up against anybody. Like, it is that level where you can confidently get out at your family gathering and be like, okay.
You could, you know how kids don't like green beans?
Yeah.
You could have them eat these because it doesn't taste like vegetables like that.
It's good. Next is the mac and cheese. Now the mac and cheese is a staple. You know, it's something that like you really, some of y'all thought, you know what I mean, like we call it Mama Wanda, and she basically like, oh, y'all going with the box since y'all ain't here trying us. We not going with no box. So we went with the full bake. Now the top,
everything is homemade.
Homemade everything. So we went the whole way. And let's try this. Let me get in here. Believe it or not, as we were making the mac and cheese, it becomes clear like mac and cheese is doable. Like, it's not something like, it almost seems like, why would you go with the box? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, I mean, I can see why, because the box is just simple and easy. But if it's like a family gathering, you got a little bit of time. Like, the mac and cheese didn't require you to do too much crazy prep to get into that. So I'm not gonna say it's the best mac and cheese of all time.
I feel like it could be something missing to make it just go over the top.
You probably could add like another cheese that has like a different kind of cheese in there to give it something. But this is like a good, very good mac and cheese to add to the repertoire if you gotta do it. The top does brown, but the interior, like, you can't be afraid to brown the top because the interior does do what it needs to do.
The top is still good though, it tastes good.
Moving on to the next. So the next one is the one that I was probably more worried about. So this one is a King's Hawaiian bread based stuffing. So it's stuffing, but made with King's Hawaiian bread rolls. And this was the one that I was like, are you sure?
I know. Like seeing all the ingredients and everything that it comes with, you're kind of like, is this about to be good? So,
but as you see it, like, you're like, okay, like, it doesn't look like your traditional stovetop, but it does kind of look familiar. So you're kind of like, okay, maybe. Let me try it. It is good. It is good.
It's very good. It's like, so good. It's so flavorful.
Yeah.
So flavorful.
It's got a lot of flavor in there. And them King Hawaiian rolls are still giving you that sweet, what you came for. But then them flavors is also bringing you back into like, hey, this is stuffing. Don't get it twisted. It's King Hawaiian rolls in it, but don't get it twisted, boy. We doing stuffing today. For me, with the stuffing, I'm going with jelly cranberry sauce. Are y'all going cranberry sauce at all? So the cranberry sauce is good. I don't know, are you going whole cranberry sauce though? Like people were grabbing the whole and I was like, let me get that jelly. Like,
I've never seen anyone, I've never, maybe it's something that they
I don't know.
add to their dish.
I feel like I only mess with whole or jellied. I'm only going jelly. Like that whole is something else. And last but not least, Thanksgiving is only Thanksgiving with turkey.
Sherman wanted to do a chicken too, along with the turkey, but it's just us, so
yeah,
it was unnecessary. We already have a whole bunch of sides.
Disclaimer, because this was our first time cooking any of this, including the turkey we about to get into, the turkey drumsticks, which are huge, by the way. If you ever went to Disney World and got them big boys, that's what I'm talking about. We making them big boys. But weren't confident that this was going to turn out right, so I grabbed a pack of steaks too, just in case. It could have been a steak Thanksgiving. Luckily, we got into them turkey drumsticks the way they needed to get into. These Chrissy Teigen, John, I don't know who came with this, but this turkey drumstick,
oh my gosh,
is, I will put it up against anybody's turkey.
We had to try it once while we were cooking it. Of course, you're like curious, like,
right,
is it tasting okay?
I had to know if I need to get the steaks together.
So we know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
But
these drumsticks, it's moist, it's in some real good juices.
Another very flavorful.
Super. The flavors is in there, the onions, the celery, there's carrots in there, and it's just like I'm forking it off the bone. Like it's just like I'm just forking it.
Or anything.
I'm convinced this is better than the whole turkey. Like I don't know why I'm not going back to the regular turkey. Of all the things we cook, my favorite is gonna be this turkey drumstick. The turkey does take some prep, but it is well worth the wait.
Oh yeah.
Everything
is really good.
The turkey is so fire, I don't even need a cosign on it. Like it's something like, I'm like, hey, anybody want to get it on this turkey wars?
Yeah.
Everything hits though. I'm happy that we pulled this one off.
Oh yeah.
Y'all thought we couldn't do it.
I know.
We pulled it off.
Don't try us.
If you are thinking about either hosting like Thanksgiving at your house, or you thinking about just trying it on your own, just doing a solo boy, a Friendsgiving, hit up Chrissy Teigen. Please, because she does have some great recipes. I'm sure, obviously, there's a bunch of people out there with recipe books, but I like the way Chrissy doing it right now. Like everything hit. Some would say we have something in common with Chrissy and John. Also for dessert tonight, we took a little bit of an L, but not really. We made homemade brownies, or not homemade, but
yeah, not really
box
homemade.
brownies.
Yeah.
We made like some
box
as
brownies.
good as you could buy box brownies, basically. But I'm still getting off of them fudge brownies, so hate if you want to.
And we're gonna add the vanilla ice cream.
Oh, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's gonna be good.
Hey. This year I'm just thankful that we gotta be thankful for the
Scrammers, of course.
We launched this in 2019, so I mean, really, to see what it has done, crazy. Like,
it's about to be a full year.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Chrissy. I love you.